Hey y'all, this is Marie from our Okie homestead. He's getting all that cut now that the brush hog is fixed. So now that the brush hog is fixed, everything's fixing to get mowed. We're doing this one first because it's so much worse than the rest of them. We're supposed to get rain again tomorrow. So I don't know how much we're going to be able to get done today. He's got half of this front part done because it kind of makes an L shape. So he's got half that pasture done. And I'm hoping maybe to get over on the other side. It's more open and easier to cut. It just takes a lot longer. I'm hoping to get that done too today since we're supposed to get rain tomorrow. Because this stuff gets growed up so fast. The only reason that's not growed up over there is because the horses are on it. But it's still getting growed up, needs to be cut. So just doing stuff like that around the place, trying to keep on top of stuff. Really, it's a shame we can't rake it for hay. Wish we had a way to rake it up and a little baler. Wouldn't get a whole lot, but we'd get more than what we got. Ooh, mosquitoes are getting me. Oh, look, there's a passion flower. I'll show you all that real quick. They're so pretty. They're so weird looking. But yeah, that's a passion flower. We get a lot of volunteer stuff. Some stuff is very invasive, but yeah, just about every year over in this area for some reason we get the passion flowers coming up. When I was mowing earlier, this big old snake went slithering off into there. It's like there's wood piled up here, so there's nothing you can really do. Can't mow it, can't brush hog it. So growed up. I left trails, all the grass. It's only been like 4 days since it was cut. All this rain that we've been getting, the grass is just growing like crazy. Their sister's over here working in her garden, cleaning up around her corn. You see how fast these vines and stuff have grown up on the fence and the weeds? They're coming along. Hopefully the fact that we waited a couple weeks longer to plant was probably a good thing, considering the storms that have come through and people have had their losses of their whole garden. So we've been lucky there for sure. You're halfway done already. Are you a pretty girl? You're a pretty boy. Yeah, you're a pretty boy. Are you a good boy? Yeah, you're a good boy.
Well, here's Marie. She's had to get out in the bush hog and mow. Wouldn't let me have all the fun. About got this middle section, the way we split it up into 3 parts, done. Hopefully she'll take a break for a little while. The only saving grace is a little bit of breeze occasionally. Yep. just glad we got everything together on the bush hog so we can bush hog. It's not one of
That's what you call a close call. Big old branch come off of that tree and fell right over my truck. That last storm that come through, dear sister's corn, it was almost all the way laid over. Some of them is still about half laid over, but, and you can see there's a couple limbs in there. A lot of them have already stood straight back up, so I'm hopeful that it'll get all straightened back up. I didn't even tell dear sister that her corn got knocked over. I didn't want her freaking out. So if you see this before I talk to you, dear sister, you'll understand why I didn't tell you, I hope. But it's doing good now, as you can see. So just gotta keep doing more cleanup. Chickens keep following me. Yeah, they keep following me as I'm going and trying to pick up my next load of limbs and twigs and all that good stuff out here. I'm glad the sun's not out because, oh my goodness, it is muggy. I overheat easily too, so I have to be careful about it. But this is like the ideal time. That's part of one of our shingles off our house. It's on the front. I only see a couple that are kind of like sticking up, but on the back side's where all the shingles come off. Not all of them, but that's where all the ones that we have found. And we got out there and looked, and sure enough, it's like this is a constant thing at times, it feels like, where you're having to clean up. There's my volunteer lettuce. Worm got tomatoes, so the chickens are getting to enjoy green tomatoes. Thank goodness a lot didn't blow over here. I've got to take this whole fence down and move fence wire and get all that mowed again. And I got a big old branch I got to move out of there too. Yep. Stuff I need to do. Stuff I already needed to do. And then a storm like that comes along. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. One of the blueberry tubs had got knocked over from that storm. Broke a couple of its branches, but it'll be fine, I guess. Yeah, just working on getting more of this stuff cleaned up. Out here still finding damage from these storms that keep going through. We've got to have an adjuster come out and look at the roof of the house. Lost shingles off of it, and my truck got damaged. It's like a $4,000 something estimate so far on it. So we'll see. But yeah, so I'm picking up all the branches and stuff from the front yard. Been dealing with a lot for the last few days with the loss of Annie, and then the storms coming through, and it was like there's only so much you can do. And so now I'm out here. It's overcast, so it's not unbearable in the heat. Taking advantage of that. And my dear husband was telling me on his way out to go to town and run some errands about looking in this front pasture. So that's what I'm doing right now. Part of that tree fell. Part of that one. Branches everywhere. Well, we need to redo that, cover that water line better. And on my way out here, I spotted, here's all our floaties out of the pool. So I'm gonna grab them real quick. Well, least they're back in there. Now I just gotta find time to get in there and clean the pool because the leaves